Hey there, collectors. Welcome to Product Spotlight, a show where we get together to take an in-depth look at exciting new Star Wars collectibles. Today we are looking at the Mandalorian Gamorrean Fighter. This is a concept maquette replica made by Regal Robot. On the show today are Matt, Chris, and Jason. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Excited
Peachy.
about excited about this
Fantastic.
this new maquette coming out from Regal Robot, huh?
Very
I
excited.
I am.
I
Yeah.
love me some Gamorrean guards.
I don't know about all you bitches, but I am. I'm really excited.
I like everything about this particular one. Just I don't know, it really works.
Yeah.
I actually saw the painted piece, so it's
Nice.
pretty awesome.
Oh, you and Jason saw this in person, right?
I didn't see it painted.
He saw it white, and
Oh, okay.
I saw it
I
painted.
saw the albino. He saw the
Yeah.
regular one.
Got it.
I
Okay.
got to hold him. I got to cuddle with him. He was nice.
I'm sure that was great.
His
Well,
paint
Tom-
job is even cooler in person.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah. Tom released a bunch of pictures today, so that everybody can take a look at them. And Matt's gonna bring those up, and he's gonna walk us through them, and we'll talk about them here.
Yeah, let's see here. So we can start with this one. These went up today, obviously. What's this go for? Was this 500?
500. Yeah.
Yeah,
500. Yep. Fantastic price point.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you see the size of this thing. I mean, you look at these first pictures, you might not be able to tell, but I mean, this is the actual size.
12 inches and then what, half inch for the base?
It's not bad.
Well, if you consider that Sideshow today announced their Cara Dune quarter scale statue for $575, right? And I kind of see this as comparable. Maybe not quite the same size, but this is got lineage behind it.
Right.
It's hand painted.
Very different piece.
Very limited in numbers. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah.
And I love that they went with that base, for two reasons. One, to emulate the original, but two, again, you have another museum style piece rather for display
Yeah. So what
purposes.
are you guys' thoughts on this? So let me go to this one here. So actually no, hold on, let me find the right one. This one. So what are you guys' thoughts on the maquette series having all these different style bases?
I would like them all to have the museum, but at the same time, they all have their own unique. Like Jabba doesn't really have a base. He does, but he doesn't. He's sculpted as he was originally. The Tauntaun, I get it at the white contrasts well with the gray. So we'll see in the future. I mean, it would be nice to have continuity. I'm big for that, but
yeah. No, I'm just wondering. I mean, I'll say this: the only thing that throws me off at this point, and as I think Regal Robot and Tom kind of add to this line, this will be less and less of an issue. But like right now, that Tauntaun sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb right now, right?
We talked about earlier, Matt. Wouldn't that thing look amazing painted?
Yeah, if you painted that thing, it would look unbelievable.
That'd be awesome.
Now that said, this is a concept series, so I get why it's not painted.
Yes.
We've talked about this. I understand why it's not painted, and it still looks really cool. Yeah. It just kind of, to me at this point, it kind of stands out as like a random part of this right now. And especially even more as you go along, if everything is painted and done up, it might even be even more the case as you go, right?
So back on the base, when you're talking about bases, I'm not trying to toot my horn again, but I kind of have seen the next one.
Okay.
And it doesn't have a base.
Okay. At least not that you know of.
I can't see him putting a base on this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Chris is right. I don't think there's going to be a base added to it.
Nope.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, that's an interesting thing, right? It's kind of an eclectic series of these maquettes, and so it's fine. I think as you go along, and if it keeps going that way, it kind of starts to make more sense, right? That's what it is.
They're all different.
Yeah. And I think that's okay. I'm just saying, I was just wondering. But I really like this thing. The only thing I've heard that someone said that they don't like is it kind of looks like Shrek. That's the only thing I've heard. And
Well, I think that has to do with the way his legs look. They look stumpy and they look skinny. They look like that in the pictures, but they really aren't like that in person.
yeah,
He
Well, I
looks
think the
more
problem
wrestler.
yeah, and I think the problem is we're so used to seeing the Gamorrean versions of Jabba's palace,
Mhm.
and they're a lot more rotund. You know,
Mhm.
their legs, their bodies. But
This is
this is actually,
Gladiator.
yeah, this is actually starting to grow on me more. First, when I saw it, it just threw me for a curveball because it's almost like when we look at something and we're so used to seeing it idealized, and then we see like a raw version of it. I had that issue with this at first, not necessarily an issue, but I was so used to seeing a Gamorrean as we know them. But this is actually starting to grow on me a lot more because, again, it's the species. It's not what they wear for
right.
their day job, you know, like their day job at Jabba's palace. And I just really like it. I like his pose. I like his
I did-
stance, everything about it.
Look at
Man,
the
I
scars.
don't know if you are planning on bringing up the trailer for The Mandalorian where they show a couple of these guys fighting in the ring.
I was not. I
Um,
wasn't planning on it, but we can if you want.
Right. Maybe at some point you can, but he looks significantly different
Yes,
than
very.
those two. I thought that the ones in the ring looked way too thin. I actually
Mhm.
didn't really like them at all.
I like
I-
this better. I like
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
But
much
that
better.
said, guys, we got to remember this is a concept piece, right? This is not
Mhm.
them going, this is what we're gonna do in the show. And that's why I've heard some people say, even in our group, someone mentioned that like, oh, I gotta see what these look like, what they look like in season 2 before I decide on this. And I was thinking
But
to
yeah,
myself,
you don't.
well, this is different, right? That's not what this is. This isn't like, hey, see what they do and see what they look like in season 2, and then maybe come back and see if you want to get this because it looks like that. This is a concept piece that eventually turned into that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
totally defeats the purpose.
Right.
Yeah. All I'm saying is we talk about the ones in the palace being more rotund,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and to me, this to me looks like what a Gamorrean would look like if he wasn't some fat guard at Jabba's palace, but instead,
Right.
was fighting on a daily basis to earn a living, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas the ones in the movie, they looked almost human. Sorry, in
Yeah.
the trailer they looked almost human. So I like this
True.
quite a bit already.
Yeah, I do too. I do
Yeah.
too. And you're right. This does look like the Gamorrean fighter that's like, I gotta earn the living. I got 2 little piglets at home with the wife. She's freaking constantly in my ear.
Yeah.
I gotta go freaking fight for my living and just try to bring some bread back home. That's what
Right.
this looks like.
Yeah.
It's like an early version of the Mythos Gamorrean, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I saw a mix there.
Or like
That was
he just fought and took off his gear, right? Took off
Mhm.
like a lot of stuff, and he's
ready
know,
to throw down.
we're
This is
walking.
one of the ones that the Mythos one killed. This one,
Exactly.
he's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, that was a great point to touch on though. Like the whole idea of, oh, let me see what they look like. That's not what it's for. It's kind of like you look at the concept Jabba maquette. That
Yeah.
looks nothing like what we see Jabba as on screen, and that's the purpose. Yeah.
Now the tough part is the concept Jabba, and I'll go to that picture just so you know that's actually something that has almost more lineage than this. This actually does have lineage, but it's also not. It's not like it just doesn't feel the same. To me, this is just something that they put together, and then Jon Favreau ended up tweeting a picture out or putting a picture on Instagram or something like that. And did it influence what they put on screen? Probably, and that's why there is lineage there, but it's kind of a different feel to me.
But again, Jason, I think that I'm used to concepts to the actual thing looking better than the concept. I think the actual Jabba the Hutt looks much better than this Jabba the Hutt.
I agree.
I think we could say that for many, if not all, of the concept pieces that we've seen over time. It always seems like the one on screen looks better, and maybe that's just because we're used to it more. Who knows, right? But I mean, at first glance, this is the first time I've seen a concept that, in my opinion, looks better than what they actually went with
Yeah, because on screen they almost look like they have human bodies,
they just look like green
like
humans.
painted people. Yeah, they look like they're just painted.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Well, maybe like this is another one that's off off camera or something. You know, like there might be those might be in the ring. This guy might be outside the ring or something. You know what I mean? So he may show up, he may not.
I love like I don't know what I'm guessing it looks even better in person. The details and color and everything. The color is beautiful. Like it's actually really nice. I really like the green, and I love how it's different in the chest and the stomach area. Like it's really cool.
Is
and
this do we know if this is hand carved or is this?
This was, I
digital?
believe, this was sculpted.
This is sculpted because wow. I mean, if you look at the details, say like in his hands, the way the hands are positioned,
right,
and just the texture on the hands and the fingernails, this looks different than your typical statue. It
does.
You know what it reminds me of, Steve? I was thinking about this today. It reminds me of the Mythos pieces, like the face and the hands and the kind of the texture reminds me of those Mythos pieces. They're very like, they have a lot of like that
character.
that polystone texture that you know, a lot of character, like you're saying.
And another addition to this that differs, if once we pull up the original picture that I think Favreau put up, I don't think that one has a scar. This one has a scar added.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Is this the actual picture?
No.
Yeah.
This
no,
one?
That one.
Yeah,
is.
that is.
Okay, that's the actual picture. I still see
Favreau's picture.
Yeah, there's scars. Yeah, that's
it does have
Favreau's
a
picture.
scar. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't 100% on that. I was, you know.
This isn't the picture I'm thinking of at all. Wasn't there a completely different picture of?
No, that's the one he put up back at the end of season 1. Just letting everybody know what's coming next.
Yeah, a little teaser.
Yep.
This kind of looks Photoshopped to me for some reason, but whatever. If that's the picture, then cool. But yeah, I think I just really like this. I think it's gonna be a nice little addition. And I when I first saw it, I was like, it just doesn't look that big to me. It does not look
decent sized.
It just doesn't look. And then all of a sudden you see this picture and you're like, oh wow, this is for real.
It's pretty beefy.
Yeah,
it is.
Pretty crazy. Is this the
yes?
What's it called? Is this the Master Replica style?
Yeah.
It is, right?
I like the look of that one. The Regal Robot in the corner, the number. I like that.
I got more like highlighted, emphasize. Yeah, I like that it's bold. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's gonna look killer. Obviously this is not a signed, there's no signature with this thing, so but very, very cool. Looks
it's
really
kind of
nice.
lost in the noise, but look at his ear. See how low on the head the ears are?
Yeah, he's got cauliflower ear.
Yeah, they almost blended to the what he's called. These are traps over here.
Yep. Trap
Oh yeah, really tiny too.
Look at that thing, dude. It's like a straight up cauliflower ear, man.
Which makes sense for a fighter, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the other one's actually more of an ear.
Cauliflower ear sucks. I thought.
Yeah, actually, his ears are very different from one another. The one on his right is cauliflower. This one's more.
Yeah, like a normal.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters want cauliflower ear. It's weird.
Why? Just because it's
just
like a thing.
It's a thing with fighters. Yeah.
Well, that's stupid.
It's so ugly. You know what I love about these? I'm always curious what, like, with this particular piece, what they would look like if they were factory painted. I feel like they would lose a lot. They would lose a lot of life.
They would. Definitely.
Yeah.
It's so bright. It's crazy. I freaking love it.
It would be a little lifeless. Yeah.
I really do. I hope again, you know, like I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll look fantastic. I really hope they get this to make they do make these scars look like they are on this piece. Like it looks so good. You know, just all the scarring on his legs and back and all that stuff. I mean, it's fantastic.
They look really good when I saw it.
Like, look at those.
Fucking hate pikeys. You guys ever see Snatch?
Yeah. For
That's
sure.
what reminds me of.
I love his back. I love the back.
Yeah.
The spine showing through his elbows that are crusty and
dry elbows.
Yeah, dry elbows.
Yeah, I mean, look, his whole body needs some moisturizer, no doubt. Like he looks really dry, which is great. That's fantastic.
This would be a good thing to put on a rotating turntable. Just keep going around in a circle.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Steve, you're getting the Jabba, right?
Soon. Yeah, I haven't ordered it yet, but probably in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Also, Steve, you are going for it.
Yeah, I've decided I am.
Oh, nice. Okay. Are you gonna do similar to like what we talked about, like the concept screen? You're gonna pose it with 1/6, or
I don't know. It just I'm putting the Rancor next to the big 1/6. I just feel like this will get lost in it.
yeah, it is.
So-
It's definitely a tiny piece. Yeah.
This might go better off with the Leia Bouche area.
Yeah,
with
right.
that statue or something.
Right.
Are you getting the Tauntaun back?
No. It to me the Tauntaun, it's a great sculpt, but look at the paint on these two.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
The
saying.
paint makes all the difference here.
Yeah, it does make a big difference. I mean, to me, if the Tauntaun would look great on its own somewhere else on its own, right?
Mm.
As its own piece for sure. But putting
If
these
it was
together,
painted.
but if it was painted, it would look fantastic with these two. I think
That'd be an instant buy if it was painted.
Yeah, it would be for me too.
Yeah.
I agree. Let me pull up Tom's. Let me see here. So Tom did a Regal Robot. They did a live stream today, and obviously here's the guy, right? Here's the main thing today. They also had this one in the back. Question is that the same one? It's got to be the same
Small.
one, right?
You're
looks-
right.
I
Now
think
that it's turned, you're right. It looks. I don't know what were you gonna say, Chris.
I thought it looked smaller.
He doesn't have a base.
He doesn't have a base. Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it looked chunkier, so I thought
In
it
a
was
different part of the video, if you go back to the beginning, I thought at some point we saw the two of them together on the shelf, right? There you
Oh,
go.
really?
So if you
Okay.
just subtract the base, they're about the same height.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at CZ, huh? He's looking good back there.
Oh, he's looking great. I can't wait.
Is that the
Wow.
where he has the next one in that box? Is that what it says
Yeah.
something on there? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And
The
then
blurred. What are those animals called? Blurgs?
Where?
The things that they ride in Mando? What are they
Yeah.
called?
Yeah, blurg.
Blurgs.
Blurg. Am I saying it
Yep.
right? Blurg.
Yep.
I know a lot of people were in the live stream
we're wanting
saying that
that?
they were blurgs. Yeah, they were hoping they were blurgs.
Honestly, I'd love to see Regal Robot make a shit. What's the big lizard thing he rides? I can always forget what it's called.
Dewback.
Yeah, the Dewback.
Do back. Yeah, that would
Um,
be fantastic.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to see that but see, now the question is this whole maquette thing that they're doing, is this all concept pieces? Or can he stray from that idea? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I
'Cause so
mean,
far they've all been concept.
I think this particular series with a smaller, I don't want to say scale, not that they're keeping to scale because look how tiny Jabber is. So I think the maquettes follow a line of concept, but then you have the Rancor where there's other pieces that have been discussed that are going to follow that line. So I think he's sort of developing a niche for each specific.
Yeah.
So I think it may just continue to be all concept pieces.
So I think it's cool that he got to do a stream today and kind of talk through all the different. I mean, they've got some really cool. Like, look behind him. He's got CZ3.
You got some great pieces on display. Yeah.
CZ3, the Rancor, which obviously is amazing. These two pieces. This guy later on he brings it out, so he's got it out here. Trying to find a good thing with Tom not looking like a weirdo.
Know what I think is interesting? These pieces alone. Look at Rancor, CZ, Tauntaun, Jabba, and Gamorrean. Those alone look amazing together as a collection piece setup.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They look phenomenal,
really
just as is.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was just noticing, is that a Mudhorn skull in front of the other Gamorrean?
Yes.
Yes. So someone mentioned it and he was like, "Oh, what skull thing?" And he didn't, he did his whole like, "What are you talking about?" thing. And
yeah.
Is that a magnet? You think that's a tease for a magnet, or what do you think?
Probably just like a
No.
desk thing, like some sort of desk, like.
Yeah, he had that. That's like the wall mythosaur Same kind of thing, but just a lot smaller.
Hmm.
It's not a wall hanging. It's just something you put on your desk.
I don't know how you guys can see that.
It's
Oh, my
right here.
glasses.
It's right by
No,
the.
I know. I just without my glasses, I can't make it out.
Yeah. No, that should be cool. That could be another cool piece for people. He said there he did mention that every Monday for like the next 4 Mondays or something like that. The Mando
Yeah.
Mondays. This came out for the Mando Monday thing. Every Monday they're gonna have new pieces, new things come out. He said this was the biggest of all of them. So don't I don't think they're gonna be coming out with another maquette of any kind.
There'll be magnets.
Yeah, magnets and wall art and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Those magnets actually are really looking nice. I'm starting to. The more I look at them, I'm like,
Yeah.
I like that he has a little black display pieces you can put the magnet on.
Yeah, they're cool.
I like the ones that have different colors. Like the Tauntaun has the horns are two colors.
Right. There we go. Okay. Yeah, honestly, these look like human beings. These look like
they do.
Painted green and fighting. I mean, the legs are a little, especially this guy. I mean, this guy, he needs to eat something.
Yeah, look at that, man. He needs to maybe don't skip leg day as much.
He might be the sacrificial lamb in the cockfight.
Yeah, maybe, but man, he's hurting down below, dude. He ain't getting no ladies. Because I can't imagine Gamorrean women like they're men with tiny legs.
The other guy's thicker for sure.
He looks thicker. He looks thicker for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. This looks and yeah, the other guy is blurry, right?
He is,
nothing here looks good to me at all.
And Matt, if you notice, I was saying to Steve a few moments ago, their garb, their dressing is more in line with what they wear in Jabba's palace. They have the fur skirts on and the head pieces. And
you never know, guys. The idea of thinking about, they might have thought about this and said, well, Gamorrean guards that are constantly fighting would be in a lot better shape than some of these freaking Gamorreans walking around the palace. So they might have said these guys should be a lot thinner, or maybe they don't get fed or some shit. I don't know.
It's some deep thought there.
I first saw the maquette, I originally thought of like Gladiator, where he's in like a small coliseum fighting rather than a boxing ring with turn.
Like a WWF.
Right.
Yeah, this kind of threw me off.
Well, now that said though, like we said before, the maquette is not this, right? This is just like them going, hey, what should this look like? And then
the maquette is like Gladiator, the movie.
It's the initial concept for this stuff. So I would kind of wish they would have gone with that, to be completely
So do I.
honest.
This could just be the minor leagues of gladiators, though.
It could be.
Chris, seriously, if you remember the movie Gladiator, right? They started at smaller venues before they got up to the Coliseum, right? So
throwing slaves in to get killed. Yeah. And then they get to the gladiators.
Right.
Yeah, you could be right.
Hopefully.
But yeah, again, I think just another home run for Regal Robot, I think.
Total home run. I don't think this piece is going to sit around too long.
Do you think it'll sell out? It's 250 pieces. 250.
I don't think it's going to be like an overnight sellout, but I think unlike the Tauntaun where that's sat for quite a while, this piece just has a really nice aesthetic to it. It catches the eye. It screams Star Wars. It's unique and different. I don't know. I think eventually it's going to go.
How many are there of the Tauntaun and Jabba?
They're all 250.
Okay. And the other two haven't sold out, right?
Correct. Right. Jabba, I think, just from hearsay, has done a little bit better than Tauntaun, surprisingly. But again, it's much more unique.
I think
an acquired taste, but
it throws people off that the Tauntaun's not painted. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, and I totally agree. I think unless people are aware of either the documentary or the pictures that the Tauntaun was based off of, it does throw them for a loop. Yeah.
Now, do you have a picture there of his other eye? Because I wanted to see how much I forget how the scar looks on it. Yeah. Okay.
This is zoomed in though.
Yeah.
So
you can't see it very well there.
Is there a scar up here?
Yeah, there's a scar there, but you can't see it very well in the picture.
Yeah. No, I mean he's freaking ugly as hell. But That's probably their thing, man. They probably love it. Those ladies.
So ugly, he's beautiful.
Those lady piggies.
You're right, Chris. Now that you mentioned it, I wasn't paying much attention, but looking at the back now, it's like really nice detail.
It is. I love the back.
It is. It's really, really good.
It's
Love the
fantastic.
back.
So do you think, does this thing just like anything else, just peg into the base here, or just have a peg that goes in there? Maybe on both.
Yeah, it would have to have a peg. You wouldn't want. It's pretty
So-
top heavy.
He did say it was like 3 pounds,
It's not heavy.
three something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But enough where, yeah, if it didn't peg in, it'd probably topple.
Yeah.
But it's just got such a clean look to it.
The Rancor is 16, I think he said.
You know, one thing I'll give them is they really know how to draw your eye to the piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Great pictures. I mean, you know, I think they do a great job just kind of showing the different. This one and the Rancor, I think they did a really good job with some
Yes.
pictures that really get people's attention,
Yes.
right? I think they did. I think they've done well.
Go
And a
back
lot-
one on.
A lot of times pictures don't do it justice, but this actually does it pretty good justice.
Yeah.
Even look at the detail on a scar. It's almost like keloid. It's almost like when the skin's damaged and trying to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
A lot of cool detail. So, but yeah,
And this is all one solid piece.
Yeah, right. There's nothing, no seams or anything. Are you guys? So which one of you guys are you all grabbing this or what?
All over it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Must have. This is a must have.
already ordered.
So there you go. There's 4, Tom. There you go. There's four of the 250 already gone right there, just like that. So
I've yet to see a Regal Robot piece that I don't know. I've yet to see one that I've questioned. You know, the second they make something, and it's not even like, oh, I got to get it because it's Regal Robot, or Regal Robot made it, so it has to be my collection. Because I definitely don't have that mentality, but they just do such a great job on their pieces. And even if you go, you know, you're not taken to it right away, it grows on you. Like CZ3, you know, we could all attest to that. And you know, the more we saw and the more we, you know, were able to just get the overall aspect of it, it really does draw you in.
well, and seeing it in different people's collections, that's part of this. Is that you know, people, if this sticks around, I don't know if this will be around long enough for people to see it in other people's collections and get it still, but you know, the more you see this kind of thing in other people's collections, the more you're like, oh man, that's a cool piece, or that's that, or whatever, right? And I have been able to see different versions of CZ3, but some of the you know, Regal Robot, and then some other ones that people have made, fan made of CZ3, and it makes you just love it even more.
So this is supposed to ship in spring of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, he said February, March, right?
Yeah, so we got 4 or 5 months at least here to wait for this guy to.
I mean,
And this
that'll,
is a 3-month payment plan too.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a payment plan for this. And so that's around the same time as the Rancor comes out, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This will
March.
probably be after the Ranker, you would think, though.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. He
They'd
did
be-
say, what's that?
I said they would be like nose to nose. The Rancor
Yeah,
is probably going to start shipping, and then these will sort of meddle into that, you know, as they
He-
start pumping them out.
Tom did mention in the stream that he said that it's possible they could get ahead on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they might maybe it's possible it could come out in January, you know, or beginning of February or something like that. Probably not January, but February maybe. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But fantastic piece. Congrats to whoever picks it up. I think it's a winner. So
I gotta say, I honestly thought it was gonna be more. I mean, you're getting a lot for $500.
yeah, but I think it's a good price. Look, I think
Very
It
good
is.
price.
It's a comfortable price. Yeah.
I think the tough part for Regal Robot is that I think a lot of people would think that their stuff is just really expensive, right? And that's not necessarily the case for what you're getting, but not everybody's willing to look into what they're getting with
I don't think a lot of people are saying that this is too expensive.
No,
compared
that's
to,
what I'm saying.
the
That's what
Ranker.
I
Yeah,
think.
no, this is definitely a good price
I
point.
think this is priced very well. And
Yeah.
so I think it's great to have pieces like this where they can come out and actually price them like this, because then when they come out with, some of these other pieces that are pretty priced, pretty far up there, they have a bunch of different variety of what they're selling, right?
Let's just say this entire thing is like one payment on a multiple payment plan for one of the other pieces that we've gotten
That's
from
true.
him, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
agree. That's a perfect way of saying it. And the fact that this can be broken down into payment plans, it makes it even more accessible to people who are like, okay, well, I can't spend $3,000, but I can get a really nice piece of 500,
Right.
and it makes it much more affordable. Because if you think about it, I mean, it's equivalent to almost like a hot toy, and you're getting 10
An Iron Man.
times. You're getting 10 times the quality and detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, guys, like, how amazing is it to have a company like right now? How amazing is it to have a company like Regal Robot that's making shit like this? Like,
Oh, it's fantastic.
they're
So
making.
nobody else is using their license, so why
Yeah,
not?
exactly. Like, they're making stuff like this, and on top of it, you can go to them and ask them to make basically anything your heart and wallet desire, right?
Mhm.
You can ask them essentially to make, and it's pretty amazing. And so I love that there is a company like Real Robot out there actually doing stuff like this. Is fantastic. Whether you like
It's
it or
a-
not, whether it's
It's
your
a
thing or
Star Wars
not.
fan's dream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, hopefully people jump on this, and it just gets Regal Robot to make even more cool stuff. So.
I was even thinking today, I was looking through the site and I'm like, well, if we weren't doing this remote, if we were like in person,
Yeah, sure,
talking,
sure.
having a group discussion, how great would it be to have the cantina, sofas, and tables?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
That would be radical, wouldn't it? That'd
Dude,
be fantastic.
They got some cool stuff, man. They got too much cool shit that there's no way I'll be able to ever afford some of the stuff that they got, because there's just too much. So, but yeah, guys, that's about it. We just wanted to talk through the new release, new Regal Robot release, new product release. It's really another winner from Regal Robot, and hopefully next time, if it's a bigger release, we're not going to do this for every release, and even for other things, we're not going to do this. But for the stuff we're excited about, we're gonna do something, and we won't be able to have Tom on or other people on all the time, but hopefully in the future we can do that more, here and there. So
Yeah, and definitely love to get some feedback in the comments and what people think and how they're
I'd like to
feeling
know
about
how
it.
many people are ordering it too.
Yeah.
yeah. Let us know in the comments below if you're gonna order it, if you're gonna pick it up,
Or on the page.
Yeah, or if you like it or don't like it, tell us what you think. And if you don't, if you haven't liked and subscribed, I don't know how to do this whole thing. I don't do the whole YouTube thing.
Besides,
So.
who doesn't
like
like
YouTube algorithm?
who doesn't like a Gamorrean guard? Like, come on.
It's
Everybody
It's
likes
Star
a
great.
Gamorrean
Wars.
guard.
It's Star Wars. Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So sorry, Steve. I'm not up on the
Smash that like button for the
Smash
YouTube algorithm.
Smash either one.
Or you can either
Smash
do
the
it with
like or the
the
dislike button. We
use
don't
the
give a
force.
shit.
Use the force of the like button.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks guys for hanging out. Guys, thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next one.